You bet. Now they've slipped a little here and there.
Well, we're busy.
Huh?
A lot of us are really busy and can't get
my.
to church.
Oh my. I can remember once I told the priest in confession, I told him, I said, I stole something. And he said, well, what did you steal? And he said, well, you will give it back, won't you? And I said, I can't, I ate it. It was a little candy bar.
Were you little?
Sucker. Huh?
Were you little when you
Oh,
stole
yeah, I
it?
was little. Just started going to confession. But I thought if I didn't tell everything, so that, yeah, I was with my girlfriend and we were shopping with her folks or something, and she reached up and she got a sucker, and so I reached up and got one too, and I'd never done that before.
You got the 5-finger discount.
Yeah, but I was so ashamed of it. I told her, confession.
A sucker.
Pizza popcorn.
Is
better.
it salty or buttery?
It's good.
It isn't my popcorn. We picked the wrong kind.
Oh, it's good.
And Hal said the same thing. He said, this isn't. And I said, no, it isn't. But he said, well, birds love it. And I kept it all. And I'm popping
Feeding the
it for
birds.
the birds now. And they love it.
Mm-hmm.
But don't put on the salt. Not for the birds. Okay, I'll quit talking. And what else, sweetheart?
Talk about when you met Papa. You were in 2nd grade, right?
No. When I met Papa, I was in high school.
But you went you
we-
went to grammar school together.
I got a picture.
Okay.
In 2nd grade.
Mhm.
In 2nd grade. And we sat right across the aisle from each other.
But you didn't start going with him till high school.
No. He moved to Springville and I don't know what. And I started going with him when I was in... I don't even think I went with him in school.
After high school you started going out?
I wish I had... I got a picture of us sitting in 2nd grade right across from each other.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, he was a grade ahead of me in school, but I was a grade older than him, behind him. He graduated a year before I did, and then he went to school somewhere.
So did he skip a grade?
Did he what?
Did he skip a grade? Did they skip grades back then? If you're smart and if you can't handle the work.
And if you can't do the work, you flunk. And you go through it again next year.
Okay.
And I'm the one that flunked.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I flunked in, it was all due to illness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. What did you have?
I don't know. I had, when I was in 4th grade, I had my appendix out. And years later, a doctor out in San Diego when we lived there that I went to, he said, what's that scar for? And I said, I had my appendix out. He said, it's not even in the right place.
So they just took out some piece of your gut that wasn't your appendix?
What?
They just took out a piece of your gut that wasn't your appendix?
Well, I don't know. Evidently, this doctor said it's not even in place. It's not even in the right place.
Yeah, you tell the story about when you got left behind. And you had been sick all year. It was maybe scarlet fever?
Well, I had that too, you know.
Hell yeah, and you had a big car accident and everything.
Yeah, I went through the roof of the car accident and
In
had
a coma for months. Concussion?
of the brain.
Concussion.
Of the
Concussion.
brain, and here's that spot. And I used to be able to just feel it, you know, but there's a big brown spot up there. I powder it up.
Yeah.
But that car accident we had, we were taking things to the farm, hoses and stuff like that, and I'm sitting in the back seat with the hoses all around and things that you work with, hose and
Shovels and stuff.
yeah, and Ethel hit loose gravel, and the car went over. I went through the top of the car, and the car kept going down this great big ditch, and they went down in the ditch about a block behind me.
So you were still rolling in the car down the ditch.
No, I was
She was
rolling
thrown.
in the ditch.
Oh,
Out of the car.
okay.
It threw me out of the car.
Well, that's good because you probably would have died if you'd kept
Uh-huh.
rolling.
Well, anyway, what do you want to know, honey? You asked me the question, I'll quit talking.
Tell me about your wedding to Papa. Was it in his mom's house or your parents' house?
No, it was in the Catholic Church, and I had to, of course, I had to get up and go to Mass in the morning, and because I had to go to Mass in the morning, and then we were married in the priest's house about 1 o'clock, I think it was. And then Ethel had a nice lunch for us at her house. And then we got on the train at 4 o'clock and we went to Chicago and we stayed in this hotel for 4 or 5, I think it was 4 days. And guess what we paid to stay there?
$40
$13.
for 4 days.
Yes.
Wow.
And I can prove it. It's in paper, and I think Hal's the one that's got the paper in his baby book, where I made him a baby book, you know, and her kid's book, whatever you call it.
What year did you
Here
get
comes
married?
Georgie.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what year
I
you got
think it's-
married?
Yeah, it's the little. What?
Do you remember what year you got married? Was it 1926 or 30 something?
Isn't that awful?
I got the book.
Okay, well if we've got it in
So
the Bible,
stop and
that's
flush
good.
it so she can